Hey guys, this is Tim Reeve here with Chris Reeve Knives. Just wanted to show you a quick video on how to correctly disassemble, clean, and reassemble your Sebenza. This will work for the 21, the 31, and basically every model of the Sebenza. So right here we have a couple of 31s with us. This is a large plain 31. I've got a small unique 31 and a bog oak inlaid small 31. So the Sebenza is a really easy knife to put together. The whole thought process behind the build of the Sebenza is to be nice and easy to clean out in the field or anywhere. So in the box, you will have a 5/64" Allen wrench. That'll work for all the body screws on this knife. Start with the pivot. We always put screws in from the front and the pins in from the back from the factory. I like to open the blade about 45-degree angle, pop the pivot out, and then here you can just loosen the tension off the lock arm and the blade will come out. This is what we call essentially the blade assembly. We'll set the handle set aside. By and large, you can just do this to do a quick clean, and usually this will solve any sort of like little mechanical issues from debris or dust getting built up in your knife. On the front here, you'll have one big phosphor bronze washer. On the back, a small that correlates to the lock side, and then you'll have a pivot bushing in the middle. So we'll go through and just give those a little bit of a wipe down, clean all the old grease off. It will come greased out of the factory for you. These knives will be ready for you to stick right in your pocket and go to work. Make sure not to bend or tweak them, as the washers are a little bit finicky. You don't want to have a big bend in there. Still probably work, but won't be quite as smooth if you put a big bend in. Clean those and then clean the blade. Make sure that pivot hole, your lock face, in the choil gets wiped out as well. So you're set there on the blade side. From here, you can go through and unscrew the body screws. Now, one change that we made from the 21 to the 31 is rather than having a pin and a sleeve, we went to just one homogeneous piece stop pin. We changed it from 303 stainless to a heat treated 416, which makes it a little bit stronger. So if you'll notice, you'll have two long body screws, one for the pivot, one for the back, and then two short body screws that'll be either side of your stop pin. That'll allow the front face to come off. And this is where you can pull your lanyard pin out, your lanyard assembly, or if you want to make your own lanyards and put them back in, what have you, this is what you'd have to do that. Pull your backspacer off and your body pin. We use non-abrasive soap and WD-40 to clean sandblasted parts like handles in the shop or anything coated. For knives like the unique graphics or computer generated graphics, a quick way to restore a lot of that color without putting crazy chemicals on it is just a little bit of Windex, a Q-tip, or a microfiber cloth. Should be able to wipe that and it'll bring a lot of the luster back on the color. The thumb leg will work very similar. Any of the anodized titanium parts will work very similar. When it comes to the wood inlays, out of the factory, we use just a tiny bit of lacquer thinner on a Q-tip and clean the face there, and the woods get polished before we inlay them. So they're good woods, but they're a little bit more of a delicate knife. And the same thing with the polished blades. We'll use lacquer thinner or Windex to clean that. So we'll go put it back together here. So I like to start with the back here, pin in from the back, backspacer, lanyard pin. And then with your stop pin, generally speaking, I like to find the little witness line. There's usually a little bit of a witness mark where the blade hits the stop pin. And generally speaking, I just like to point that forward. It'll help your fit up and repeat much more readily. Take one of your short screws and screw that guy in from the back. And then you can put your front handle on. Use your other remaining short screw, screw the stop pin in the front and one of your long screws in the back. So at this point, you've got the entire handle set assembled, ready to go. And from here, just assemble the blade and then we can throw it into the handle. This is where your fluorinated grease comes in. If it comes out a little bit runny, just close it and massage the tube. It'll kind of mix itself back. And again, less is more when it comes to fluorinated grease. We have 4 little grease grooves in here, and I like to just put a little bit grease in one of them. I like to put the pivot bushing in and just give it a little bit of a spin. That'll move grease all through around the pivot and blade. At this point, put a little bit of grease around there. Use your big washer, and you should have basically a dull side and a little bit of a shinier side. That shinier side put towards the blade. It's already kind of broken in on that side. And then on the back side, you can use a finger just to hold that all in place. Apply a little bit of lube, then same thing, we'll put the shiny side down. And that should all stack up nicely there. So that your stack up of your blade and the 2 washers will be the same width as your pivot bushing. And here we get to put it all back together. So make sure you've got your pivot pin around. I like to pinch with my thumb and my index finger, the washers and pivot bushing, and then use your thumb to take the tension off the lock bar. And you should be able to slide all that in without anything pinching, getting kind of bound up. If something's going wrong there, just stop and kind of try it again. Otherwise you can pinch a washer and you got to send it back to us. Put your pivot pin in there, and then we'll put the pivot screw in. At that point, got a nice lockup. Everything's gone back together. You've got yourself a nice, clean Sebenza.